seeing any of my videos, please do go to subscribe and also turn on your notification button so you get notified each time I have a new upload or probably each time I'm coming live. All right. So in today's video, I'm probably going to be teaching you a whole lot of ways you can actually help a child to get rid of fear. Yes. Like a lot of people will be like, do children feel scared? Yes, children do. They experience fear at different stages in their life. And also helping a child, when it comes to fear, dealing with fear is one of the important role every parent play in a child's life. All right. And it's important that you as a parent understand the way you should go about it. All right, because children experience fear at different stages in their life. Yes, I am not saying that there's a particular stage or particular age a child gets and he or she starts experiencing fear. No, because they are different individuals, they are different persons. So as it is when it comes to them in their experiences. All right, some children can develop a particular symptom at a particular age where the others develop it at a higher age, or maybe probably an age below. So it's important for you as a parent to help them feel safe when it comes to you being there at that moment, or their the during when they are feeling this fear of a thing. All right. So here are some practical ways you can help a child get rid of fear. All right. So please, if this is your first time, my name is Chisom. Stay tuned. And so one of the ways you can actually help a child to get rid of fear is by listening feelings. Yeah, feelings. Yeah, acknowledging feel afraid at some point in their lives. All right, fear. They are humans. It is normal and it's right. So ways of how you can help a child get rid of fear is by, what will I say, reassuring them. All right. What I mean by you reassuring a child is probably, you know, and when you're doing it, make sure that you do it in a calm voice, or let's say in a low tone, because most time children, your voice, the tone you use, you are listening and you're understanding, you as the adult, or let's say you as their parents, that truly you do understand what they are feeling, and truly for you to say that, like the number two, for you to say that it is okay for them to the child will probably know that truly, yes, you do understand them and you understand what they are feeling. All right. So that's why number three says you have to reassure them. All right. Use a low tone and a gentle in your gentle words and help them. All right. To reduce fear. Fear is a normal thing. Even adults feel at some point in their life feel like that. Mama, do you want water? Chile, please help me give Augusti water and please let her go back to bed, please. Sorry. The Another way where how you can help a child get rid of fear is by you avoiding mocking or shaming them. This is really important because a lot of children, see, children, in as much as they are very little, watching you, your countenance, your reactions, the way you attend to them, your tone when you're trying to explain that thing that is important to them. All right. So please, it's true that they are scared, but as you're trying to help them get rid of it, don't laugh at them. Or probably a lot of parents will say, ah, you're a coward. why are you scared of this, or why are you afraid of this person, or why are you afraid of, no, don't do that, because the more you are doing that, it will worsen the child's fear. All right, the child will even be more scared. All right, okay, let's take for instance, what will I use an example? You have a child that maybe is afraid of darkness. Then each time your child will be crying, will be explaining to you, and you say, why are you afraid of that? Why are you afraid of darkness? Are you supposed to be afraid? Trying to do it in a wrong way. You might think you are trying to encourage the child, or maybe boost his or her her morale, or in the long run, you will know that along, along the process, you will know that you are, in fact, you are making the situation worse. So the child will probably not in any way see that as a solution. Rather, the child will still be scared more. You get? So that is probably the number, another way, or let's say, another way you should help a child get rid of fear. And another way is by you explaining the situation. Because when a child tells you something that they are scared of, you have to explain it, because you know more. You know better as an adult, as their parent, as their guardian. You know better. You have experienced life more. So, more than them. So, it's left for you to explain the situation. Why you should do that is because a lot of children are scared of things that they're not supposed to. You get? So, you need to explain it and let them know. Explaining it in simple words that they will understand. All right, because it will help and encourage the child, and also enlighten the child that this particular thing, I'm not supposed to be scared of it, and this particular thing, I'm too, I'm too, is okay, but this particular one is not really something I should be scared of. So you are reassuring the child, you are helping to boost the child's confidence. All right, you are making the child, helping the child to feel safe. If it's something that the child is not supposed to be scared of, when you enlighten the child and let he or she know that you're not supposed to be scared of this, before you know it, the child starts feeling safe. It gets starts having gaining back his or her towards that thing, and the child will no longer be scared of that particular thing again. All right, so that is another way you can help a child get rid of his or her fear. All right, by explaining the situations to them. All right, so that they don't always be scared unnecessarily. All right, especially when it comes to bullying. This is bully. Yeah, bully is a better, I think, is a good example for this particular thing. When you need to tell a child that in as much as someone is bullying you, you need to speak up. You don't need to be afraid of that person. You get? So that the next time the child faces the same person again, the child will be able to stand up, or will I say stand up for him or herself. All right. So explain things, explain situations, explain children's fear. Explain it to them. Let them know that at some point, at some certain things, that they are not supposed to be scared of it. Especially, like I said, when it comes to bullying, they are not meant to be scared of whoever whoever that is bullying them, so they can be able to speak up or stand for themselves. All right. So that's probably the number 5 way to actually help a child get rid of fear. Please, if this is your first time of joining my live stream, my name is Chisom Vivian Ebiblim, and this is my parenting training, and also encouraging us to do better, and also turn on your notification bell so that you get notified each time we are live. I'm sorry for being starting this live stream late today. I probably went somewhere, so I couldn't meet up with time and everything. So, but I decided that I must do this live stream today, because for some days now I've not been punctual, or let's say consistent with it. All right. So I'm sorry if for some days now you've been waiting for my live stream and you've not been able to see me start up in it. Please, I'm sorry, I apologize for that. So let's dive into today's topic. So today I'll be naturally be talking about, I'm especially for those of us that are joining at this minute, we've been actually be treating about ways to help a child get rid of fear. And I've said a lot of things, and we are actually diving into the number six way you can actually help a child to get rid of fear. The number six is teach problem solving. Like I always say, there was also one of my videos when I talked about problem solving. Let me know go there, but let's continue with our today's topic. So another way is you teach your child, like, or teach that child problem solving. When a child is scared of something, you have to teach the child how to solve that problem. Like I talked about bullying, you teach the child how to stand up for him or herself. And also, this problem solving, let me use darkness for instance. If you happen to have a child that's always afraid of darkness, all you need to do as a parent, as an adult, to help that child get rid of fear, that darkness, fear when it comes to darkness, is to teach that child, they are children and they are always ready to learn. All right. So you need to teach them that when there is darkness, all right, scared circle, or let's say vicious circle, all I need to do is think out for a solution, look out for something to do to get rid of it. All right. That's why I talked about bully. You don't allow someone to bully you. So you think of what to do so that that person will not bully you. So you have to stand up for yourself so that that person will not bully you. You have to turn on the light so that you won't feel the darkness again. All right. So teach the child how to teach them problem solving, let them know, teach them skills. What when a problem arises, how do I go about it? Am I supposed to be sulking because of a problem arise, or am I supposed to look out for a solution for it? So that is number six way you can help a child get rid of fear. You need to teach them. That is why, let me tell you, that is why a lot of parents, some have smarter kids, while some have children that are always dependent. You get, always like, even when the least thing you expect them to do for themselves, to help themselves out with, they will still depend on you, or they will still be there like they don't know anything. Whereas some children, they will just they act smart in their own little childish way, and you'll be wowed with their, the way they exhibit the knowledge, the little things that they are being taught. All right. So tell yourself today, I want to raise smart kids that are optimistic. And you can't just say this and you just go and relax. No, you have to work it out. See, the Bible says, work out your salvation. So you have to work it out. When you say you want to have this is probably like you saying you want to build, or you want to have something, achieve something. You won't just say it, stay back. No, you will have to work it out. Work it out. You will have to work out your salvation. Do better so that you can be able to achieve that thing that you want to. All right. Please always teach your children problem solving. It's not just about when it comes to fear, even in other aspects. Every time you're disturbing me to get you water, why don't you just teach the child how to get her, or probably from the pack of water, how to go to the pack of water, get a bottle of water for yourself. You're still the one that is bearing maybe all the feelings, too stressed and all of that. Please teach your children problem solving. It will help you a whole lot. And if you happen to be that, I'm talking generally on when it comes to problem solving, if you happen to have a child that is not maybe doing well in class, teach the child, encourage the child, let your child know that I am not just here for no reason. I am here for a purpose. So I need to work hard. Like, teach your children. Don't just give them food, pay the tuition, and just leave them. No, teach them. Let them know. Let them know. Teach them. Well, I have other things that I'm going to say when it comes to this teaching aspect. You as a parent, being there for your children. You know, when I say being there, you might think it's always maybe just your presence. It's not just your presence, it's you being there, waking up and realizing that your children, for your children to be smarter than others, there are some certain things you need to teach them from the, so that even when someone is trying to manipulate them, yes, that's the right word. When someone is trying to manipulate them, they won't know that these children has been coached. These children has been like their their parents have taught them how to guard themselves, how to protect themselves. So your children can never be manipulated. In today's world, we are now teaching their children how to operate self. So if your child can learn how to operate it and operate it better, why don't you teach it? Why can't you teach your children how to communicate fluently? Why can't you teach your children how to think, how to stand up for him or herself when they are experiencing bullying? Why can't you teach your children when it comes to other things, aspects of, and let them know how to solve problems, little problems on them by themselves? All right. I didn't mean you should let them all be solving all their problems. No, I mean little things. There are some little things you are helping them to. That way, you are helping them to use their. You are helping them to know how to think. You are helping them to brainstorm before you know it, because your child is looking for a solution to solve a small, a little problem that arises in his or her way of teaching that child. You notice it. You is already late for you as a parent. Please be there for your child. Don't. So how good is the street out there? So that is why you should be present in your child's life and make it possible. Let it be that at least you, whether it's probably number 6 way you can help your child get rid of fear. So the seventh way is you gradually, let's say gradual exposure. You help your child slowly face what they fear in, or let's say in a safer way. You help a child to face his or her fear. You get, a lot of people are afraid of swimming, so you can take them to swimming, encourage them, say a lot of things, so that you get rid of that fear in your child's life. It's just you helping your child to face his or her fear. Some children, let's say, this is actually when it comes to shy children that are very shy. So if you happen to have that child that is very shy, all you need to do is start training that child to how to speak up, how to speak. From you as a spouse, you and your partner, you can just sit at home and tell your child to come and stand in front of you and sing. Start from singing. Why I say sing is because children, they have, when you might give them the topic and the child will start feeling it may be even difficult for that child to say it. But just say sing, because the child can start with rhyme, the child can start with any music of his or her choice. The child can start with anything. You can say rap. You get anyone. That one is common. Talking to someone as they'll be listening, she can actually be singing, and some people will be listening. Before you need it, you add another person. Before you need to add your auntie, hear you. Baby, sing, let uncle hear you sing. You get, before you know it, you will not be like, exposure would help your child face his or her fear is important. All right. So it's important you do so. Don't just leave your child there because your child is scared and you feel, oh, mommy, I'm shy. Mommy, no, mommy, I do not. How would the child now cope? How would the child now survive? The child has to face his or her fear. And it is only you that will help the child to do so. Let's assume that your child is this type of child that fears dog. Get, all you need to is to help the child to face his or her fear also by taking your child closer to you. Maybe if you see a dog that doesn't bark. Me, I'm not a fan of dog. I'm not a fan of dog. I will not lie to you. I'm really not a fan. Even if you like sorry, I don't know how to explain it, but the thing is, and also, another way you can help a child get rid of fear is by teaching he or she relaxation technique is a child can be scared of something. The child will be, reacting, like overreacting somehow. You'll be like, what is going on? What is going on? They will be like, the child is scared. Some children can have this convulsion, get, when they are scared. But if you happen to have a child that is scared and you see the child is just scared, screaming, all you need to do help the child calm down. And you can say it by introducing, that's why I say realization technique. They said the child breathe out, in, out. Before you know it, the child will start coming down little by little. So it's also a good way of you coming, or let's say, helping a child get rid of fear by helping. That way, you are teaching the child to calm down. All right. And another way is the number 9 way to help a child get rid of fear is by you being a good example. I know most of you will be like, how do I do it? Why am I, where do I come in? So you come in a situation because your children, you are their role model, they look up to you, or probably you are their adults at home and you are their parents. Whatever the way you handle situation also determines how themselves will handle situations when it arises in their lives. So if you have a difficult situation and you happen to solve it, or maybe you reacted towards that situation, or you reacted to it in a calm way, that way, when a child has a situation that arises in his or her life, the child will not just flame up, start acting, rationally or otherwise. All the child needs to do is also follow his or her parents' footsteps by calming down, looking out for solutions to solve his or her problem. So that is the reason why I said you need to also be what, a good example to your children. All right. How do you want them to handle situation when it arises in their life? That is the same way you should handle situation when you are experiencing it presently. All right. So that way your children will learn from you and do better when it is their own time. All right. I know a lot of people will be like, why do I say that? I'm saying it because if you happen to, your child maybe spills a cup of water on the floor, or probably a milk on the floor, and you didn't go by screaming, you'll be like, oh my goodness, again, this has happened. Why does this keep happening? Those may be your few words, the few words you said, then you handle it that way. You will not be, you will not be shouting or screaming or scolding anybody. You just use the rag or the mop, you mop the floor and all of that. That way, your child is also observing the way you react when something happens. So during your child's turn, maybe as a parent, or maybe as an older sibling, as an elder sibling, the child, if the younger ones happens to do or something, spill something on the floor, the child will also need to know that I don't need to scold, I don't need to over scream, I don't need to, yell before to look out for solution. All I just need to is just to remind the person to be more careful next time, and then handle it in a more better way, and by cleaning and tidying up the place, the mess. So that is it. That is how you can be a code word example to your children. All right. Another way is by using encouraging words. Encouraging words is in the sense that now that you are helping a child to get rid of his or her fear, and probably you found out that your child that is being bullied came back, told you that the same child bullied him, or probably they bullied her, then that she was able to stand up for herself or for himself. Then all you need to do as a parent is to encourage, like acknowledging it by saying, wow, you did a great job. Yes, you did it. I know you will do it. I'm proud of you. You're a brave child. Like, use encouraging words to help your children, to support them when it comes to them handling their affairs, all right? And also standing up for themselves. So all these things are important. Some parents, like who has toddlers and all of that, they some of them they use stories. Yes, bedtime stories. Oh, you feel like no, bedtime stories is not just for reading sake. Sometimes most parents, most mommies and daddies, they use it to calm the child down to not stop being scared, and then before you know the child will just sleep off. All right. So sometimes if you feel your child is scared, he or she cannot stay in a particular room, for any reason, all you need to do, if you still want the child to sleep in that particular room, all you need to do is to just sit by the bedside and then read the child a story so that the child can be able to sleep off while listening to you. All right. That way, you are helping the child to get rid of that fear and to calm down, and to relax and sleep. So these things I've said so far, these are the common ways. These example, or let's say the ways you as a parent can actually help your child get rid of fear. All right. Why I'm saying all of this is because this is 21st century. A lot of people will say we are in the Gen Z generation. In as much as we are in the Gen Z generation, it is a wake-up call for every parent. It's a wake-up call for every parent to pay more attention. Look out for those things, like I always say in every of my video. Look out for those things, those areas you feel maybe your parents made a mistake while raising you. You get, if there is something you felt like, had it been my parents did this when I was growing up, I would have been better than who I am today. Please, those areas, now is your turn as a parent. Help your children in those areas. Help them very well so that they can be outstanding, so that they can be, well guarded, and so that they can be able to stand up for themselves. All right. Please don't make the same mistake your parents did while raising you. Try to do better, pay more attention, and raise better kids and good leaders of tomorrow. All right. So do you have any question? Don't forget, my name is Chisom Vivian Ebiblem, and I am here always ready to guide you, to teach you, and also to remind you all about gentle parenting. And please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, do it to subscribe. And also turn on your notification button so you get notified each time I have a new upload or probably a new video like this, or whenever I want to you know, go live on YouTube. Please, if you have a question, feel free to ask. All right. If you have a question, feel free to ask. I'm all. Please feel free to ask. So, hello, Damian, and thank you. 9:30 on daily p.m. I am always live streaming, so please do what to join my live. Bye. See you on 9:30 by tomorrow. Okay.